when we look at the occlusal plane relative to the skeletal mandibular plane, how would you describe the occlusal plane? Is the occlusal plane more steep relative to the skeletal plane, or is the occlusal plane like more flat relative to the skeletal plane, like this here? Yeah, it's a little bit more flat. Now, is that going to make it easier or harder to treat this case later in phase 2? So what do we worry about with vertical skeletal discrepancies, dolichocephalic patients? What types of bites develop and what's hard to treat about them in general? Open bites. So we have, basically this lower jaw growing down and back, the upper jaw is coming down, you start to develop interferences in the posterior teeth and the bite starts to open. So the more steep that the occlusal plane is, the more that tends to happen. And so if you have a steep skeletal plane and you have a steep occlusal plane, that's more likely to develop into an open bite. So when the occlusal plane is a little bit more normal or even deep in your skeletal open bite cases, it tends to be a lot easier to get the teeth to fit together come phase 2 orthodontics.